Hi ladies, in this video we're going to go through most of the questions for 5G. So 5G looks at algebraic modeling. So basically you need to get the expressions from a worded problem, and it can be quite difficult, especially when starting out with algebra, because you see all these letters and numbers and you just don't know what to do with them. So I'm going to talk you through some of the questions, and other questions I'll do with you. So listen carefully. If you want to do every question, that's fine. If you want to fast forward, also fine. But I'll try to be as concise as possible. Just remember there are examples that relate to questions as well, so you can refer to those examples when needed. Okay. Question 1. The perimeter of a rectangle is given by the expression 2w plus 2l, where w is the width and l is the length. So thinking about a rectangle, let's just draw it. Here it is. Perimeter is the distance around a shape. So the perimeter here, we've got a width and a width and a length and a length. It doesn't matter if you've got the order around the other way. So the perimeter is 2w plus 2l. You're just adding each side. Find the perimeter of the rectangle if w equals 4 and l equals 10. So w equals 4, l equals 10. It's just a straight substitution. So 2 times 8 plus 2 times 10. So 2 times 8 is 16, and then 2 times 10 is 20. So we have 36, and we're in, what are we in? It doesn't tell us whether we're in centimeters or not. The next one does. So we'll just leave it as 36. Now, I want to see working like this, girls. I don't want to see just the final answer, because if you make a mistake, how would I know where you made your mistake? All right, question B is quite similar, but this time you're substituting in a width of 7 and a length of 15. So I'll leave you to do that. So you can pause, do it, and then come back to the video. So question 2, the perimeter of an isosceles triangle. So an isosceles triangle has two sides the same. Is given by the expression x plus 2y, where x is the base length and y is the length of the other sides. Find the perimeter of x equals 3 and y equals 5. So if the x is 3 and y is 5. So you're just substituting it into this equation. So if x is 3 and y is 5, you've got 3 plus 2 times 5, so your answer is 13. And then question B is quite similar, but you're now in meters. All right, question 3. If pens cost $2 each, write an expression for the cost in dollars of n pens. Okay, so let me just write question 3. Whoops, I was supposed to do that in a different color. So we've got n pens. Now, the letter we choose is just done. Sometimes it makes sense. So here n could probably represent number of pens, or you could have P for pens, you could have X, you could have K, doesn't matter. So the letter that you use is, yeah, there's no real theory behind it. So in this case, it's just N. So if they're $2 each, you're going to have 2N. So if we had 10 pens, it's going to cost us $20. You just substitute in for that N. All right. Question 4, if pencils cost X dollars each, write an expression for the cost in dollars of 10 pencils. So let's have a look at. So we've got the cost is X dollars. So let's just write A, B, C. I don't have to keep changing my pen color. All right, so if we've got 10 pencils, it's going to be 10X. So if the pencils cost $2, it's going to cost $20. If the pencils cost 50 cents, it's going to cost you $5. 3 packets of pencils. If each packet contains 5 pencils, so we've got 3 packets and with 5 pencils in each, and then we're going to multiply that by X. So it's going to cost you 15X. And then K pencils, we don't know how many that is, so it's just going to be KX. K being the number of pencils and X being the cost. And I put it KX just because we tend to write in alphabetical order, but if you wrote XK, it's the same thing, but we tend to write algebraic expressions and equations in alphabetical order. All right, Question 5, a car travels at 60 kilometers per hour. So in n hours, it has traveled 60 n kilometers. How far does the car travel in 3 hours? So we're letting n equal 3. So 60 times 3, I'm sure you can do that. 30 minutes. So a little bit harder, but how many hours is 30 minutes? It's a half an hour, yeah? So you're going to be doing 60 times a half. Write an expression for the total distance in kilometers traveled n hours for a motorbike with a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. So it's just going to be, I just need to read the question again. Okay, so it's the same thing. You're just changing the 60n to 70n. I was thinking, do the two relate to each other? I just wanted to check that. All right, let's have a look at question 6. So a carpenter, let's make it a bit bigger. Oh, come on, a little bit bigger. There we go. A carpenter charges $40 call-out fee and then $80 per hour. So a carpenter, I can't say it right, carpenter does like woodwork in your house. So it might build a wall or something in your house. This means the total cost in dollars for X hours of work is 40 plus 80X. So you call the carpenter to your house. He or she, because it could be a she, will get paid $40 no matter what. That's a call out fee. So just rocking up, you have to pay $40. If he or she stayed for an hour, you're going to be giving them $80, another $80. So altogether they get $120. Now for question A, if it's a 2-hour job, it's going to be 40 plus 80 times 2. So 40 plus 160. So they would get $200. Not bad for 2 hours, hey? How much would it cost for a job that takes 8 hours? So you're substituting X equals 8. The call out fee is increased to $50. What is the new expression of the total cost in dollars of X hours? So the $40 just changes to $50. So it's going to be 50 plus 80X. All right, question 7. Match up the word problems with the expressions A to E below. All right, so the area of a rectangle with length 5 and width X. So area is length times width, so it's just going to be 5 times X. So 5X matches to B. I'm going to leave you with the rest and see how you go because you've got the answers there. It's just a process of going through and thinking about which one matches with which. Okay, question 8. A plumber charges $50 call-out fee and $100 per hour. Okay, so completing this table, so the plumber just rocks up to your house, you have to pay $50. Then he or she stays for an hour, you give them another $100. So for 1 hour, they get $150. For 2 hours, they're going to get another $100. So it's going to be $250, then $350, $450, $550. Find the total cost if the plumber works for T hours. Give an expression. So let's just go down here. So it's going to be $50 call out fee plus $100 per hour. So we don't know how many hours that is, but we represent that using T. Substitute T equals 30 into your expression to find how much it will cost the plumber to work for 30 hours. So it's just going to be 50 plus 100 times 30. So when we're multiplying this, we multiply the 1 and the 3, so 3, and then add your zeros. So 1, 2, 3 zeros, or add up your number of zeros. So 100 times 30 is equal to 3,000. So we're going to have 3050, so $3,050 for your plumber to work 30 hours. Question 9, I thought it was going to be, looks like a G. To hire a tennis court, you must pay a $5 booking fee plus $10 per hour. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that one. I think that one's quite easy. I'm just looking at the rest. They're pretty much the same thing. Let's look at question 10. Adrian's mobile phone costs 30 cents to make a connection plus 60 cents per minute of talking. Now, mobile phones aren't like this anymore, but when I first got my mobile phone back in probably 98, I think, you wouldn't make a call, or if you made a call, you had to keep it under 30 seconds because you were charged for the amount of time you spoke. So there was always a lot of texting. There was no internet on your phone. There was no smartphones. So you were charged. Yeah. So a lot. So if you had a long conversation with someone, it would cost quite a bit of money. So yeah, a bit different to what they are these days. So if you're wondering why there's this cost, this is what it used to be. And international calls are kind of like this, although I guess with smartphones now, you'd probably just use your data and not the phone line. All right, so what is the cost of a 1 minute call? So 30 cents to make the connection, then 60 cents per minute. So it's just going to be 90 cents. The cost of a 10-minute call, so you're just substituting T equals 10. Write an expression for the cost of a T-minute call in dollars. For the cost of a T-minute call, sorry. Sorry, I just had to think about what that question was actually doing. So we're just converting the 30 cents and the 60 cents into dollars. So I might just write that here for you. Okay, so 30 cents in dollars. So if we had 30 cents, that's the same as $0.3. And 60 cents is the same as $0.6. So if we were doing the cost in terms of dollars, it would be 0.3 plus 0.6t. So your original cost was in cents, and this cost is in dollars. All right, question 11. In Aussie rules football, a goal is worth 6 points and a behind is worth 1. This means the total score for a team is 6G plus B if G equals goals and B equals behinds are scored. All right, so this is just substituting in. But question C is quite interesting. So if a team scored 20, you could have 2 goals and 8 behinds, but there's other possibilities you could have. You could even have 20 behinds. Like for those of you who follow football, if a team did 20 behinds, it's pretty sad, because if you got no goals and you got 20 behinds, that's a lot. That's kind of like maybe, Auskick would probably do something like that, but not an AFL team. But girls, I think you'll be fine with question 11. Now, question 12, let me just zoom in. I'm going to leave you with that because I think by now you should have got the hang of it. Now, question 13, when we're looking at the reasoning ones, you're going to have to set up your own equations. So question 13, a shop charges C dollars for a box of tissues. Write an expression for the total cost in dollars for buying N boxes of tissues. So we don't know what the cost is, so it's just going to be C times N. If the original price is tripled, write an expression for the total cost. So instead of having C, we're going to have 3C because it's tripled, so 3C times N. If the original price is tripled and twice as many boxes are bought, write an expression for the total cost in dollars. So let's just write that down because sometimes it's not. So the cost is tripled, so we've got 3C, and twice as many boxes are bought, so times 2N, so we're going to have 6CN. All right, I'm going to leave question 14 for you to do because it's probably good to have a go at doing a question on your own. Well done, girls. Bye.